What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Limitless Podcast. My name is Chris M. Walker, and I believe this is episode 5, but if that's wrong, so be it. Today, we're going to be talking about social media and exactly what you can do to monetize social media, build a following on social media, and why, for the most part, it's absolutely not worth it. I know there's an irony to saying that because I'm posting this on YouTube and on Spotify and these other platforms, and those aren't exactly social media, but they're close enough. But the truth is, it's just, in most cases, it's just not worth it, at least not unless it's a means to an end. Now, building a personal brand, absolutely worth it. And social media plays a huge part in that. That's what most people think of when they say building a personal brand. But if you're building it just to make money from the revenue that the platform provides, in most cases, it's not worth it. Now, you're going to say Mr. Beast makes, 10 million or 50 million or whatever it is a year from AdSense revenue or whatever they call it, Google Ads payments now. And that's fine, but most of us aren't going to be Mr. Beast. Most of us aren't even going to be Mr. Smith. I don't know if that's a real thing, but my point is that's the Uncle Louie example. It's not common. What is more common from social media influencers is, first of all, their entire thing is to grow their account by teaching people how to grow their account, which is just completely circular logic and kind of, it's the thing that everybody makes fun of, right? It's the coaches who coach coaches to coach coaches. And what made me think about this today is if I do this right, on the screen here will be a screenshot from Twitter, or X, I guess it's called now, from a user whose username is RecU1. Now, before I make this point, I want to say that he's a very nice guy. I've been following him for a while. Nothing wrong with this or what he's doing or anything like that. I'm not trying to pick on this particular individual. I'm just using this because it illustrates the point really well. And here's a tweet and on here is a tweet, I guess you'd call them, or a post, I guess they're called now, that he made yesterday, where he said the reason he has 79,000 followers is that he spent 2 years making 130,000 replies, which works out to over 600 plus replies a day, growing his account and to make himself a quote unquote influencer or whatever, a big account that generates revenue. And then I looked on his page, on his profile, and his pinned tweet is from when X started doing monetization earlier this year. I think it was in like August or July. And he made $316.38 from whatever X calls. I'm just going to call it Twitter from now on, so I have to stop. Don't have to keep correcting myself. From whatever Twitter calls their monetization program. I think it might just be monetization, which shakes out to less than $1,000 a month. So my guy has a big following. He gets a lot of engagement, a lot of comments, likes, retweets, all bookmarks, all that stuff. And he may have other ways of monetizing that audience. I don't know. I don't play that much attention. Most of what he posts about is about how to grow a Twitter account and how to grow your following and make your page bigger. And that kind of seems to be his brand. It looks like it may have been NFTs at one point because his profile picture is at least it looks like an NFT. It's one of those those weird looking monkeys that were popular 2 years ago when NFTs were all the rage. But my point is he spent 2 years leaving 600 comments a day, assuming that's true, and I don't have any reason to believe that it's not, to generate less than $1,000 a month in revenue. So, and I know similar stories on TikTok and on YouTube where they just pay absolute peanuts to their creators. And whether that's right or wrong is kind of beyond the scope of today's podcast, although it is something that I plan to address in the future. But like I say, I don't want to knock the guy or people that try to make their living that way, but to me, absolutely not worth it. If your goal is to monetize social media, the path to doing that is not through what the social media platform will do. It's in the brand that you build. I'm going to use myself as an example here. I don't have the biggest following. I think I have 18 or 19,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I only reach a fraction of them because their algorithm sucks. but that's, again, a topic for another day. I think I have like 14 or 15,000 followers on Twitter, which is not very many, and I don't get a ton of engagement there. My Instagram is even less, and Facebook I actually have a decent following on because I've just the one I've had the most success with. But I don't get paid anything directly from Facebook for my content there. But I still do a lot of social media content, even stuff that looks like it's personal is actually business. And it's to build a brand and bring awareness to my three companies. Well, my two companies and my three brands, the Superstar SEO brand, the Chris M. Walker brand, and Legiit. My goal is not to get paid to be a content creator or an influencer or anything like that. It's to drive traffic and awareness to my businesses. And it's worked very, very well for me, even though I don't have the biggest following. And you might be thinking, well, if you had a bigger following, it would work even better. But in order to get a big following on these platforms, you have to do a lot of low level stuff or a lot of clickbaity, like basically trade money today, getting more money today for a bigger goal in the end. Again, I want to be clear, nothing wrong with being a content creator for a career. But to me, if the monetization of it is going to be what the platform pays you and it's not to build a bigger brand, it's just not worth it. And I think that this particular example illustrates that really, really well. A better way to make money for yourself is to learn something valuable and exchange that value for money, whether that's a skill, whether that's a product, whether it's a service or something like that. That's how you go about making money, is to trade something of value for money. And that's kind of where I think that is a better investment in your time, is to go to like Legiit courses and pick up some new skills for yourself, or, wherever you go to YouTube, find people that know what they're talking about and learn from them. Spending that much effort to get less than $1,000 a month, to me, is just insane. And I think that people do it because they like the dopamine that it gives them and things like that, when really a better path would be learning a skill that people need and providing value to them in exchange for money by using that skill to do that. Or if you really want to do social media and you just want to do it for fun, that's fine too. But if you really want to do it with monetization as the goal, the way you monetize should be through driving sales to offers, brand sponsorships, affiliate offers, your own products, things like that are going to pay way better than these platforms are going to do. But I see people constantly killing themselves to grow a following just for the sake of monetizing it and getting paid to make tweets and things like that. Hence today's clickbait, get paid to make posts. So I don't know. I think we're going to stop there. If you want to make a living online and you want to use social media to do it, do whatever you want that makes you happy. But to me, it's absolutely insane to spend time on low ROI activities. And instead, it's better to build a business and a brand and use social media to drive awareness to that product or that service or that brand and to become successful that way. So that's what I got for you today. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Amazon or SoundCloud or some other place that podcasts are hosted, please rate it and leave a like or a share or whatever it is that you can do on that platform. There's nothing for sale on these, and the only way they're going to grow is by people telling each other. And I would love to see this grow and become something that's a resource for people in the future. So I'll be back next week. Otherwise, I'll see you again soon. Peace.